Welcome back. So, like I said in the previous notes, these next couple notes are all about finding zeros, what we call solving polynomials. Now, of course, a calculator can help you find them, but there are some algebraic techniques that I want you to know, some algebraic ways you can find these zeros as well. Now, when you have cubics and you have an x in every single term, what you can actually do is pull that x out. All right, so let me show you what I mean by that. So here, notice, every term in this first example has an x. X cubed, 9x squared, 14x. So I'm going to pull that x out. By pulling that x out front, I'm decreasing the x in each one by 1. And now that I've removed that x, now I have a quadratic. And the cool thing about having a quadratic is you know how to factor quadratics. So x squared comes from x and x. Two things that multiply to 14, add to 9. That would be 2 and 7. So again, the neat thing is, once you pull that x out, you have something you already know how to solve. And now you just use the zero product property on all three pieces to get your solutions. And you're already done. So when you have this setup, it's honestly not bad at all to solve it this way. So let's do another example to reinforce this. So again, I have an x cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x. So because every term has an x in it, I'm going to pull that x out, decreasing the x's of each term. So I pull that x out, and now I'm left with a quadratic that I can factor. X squared comes from x and x, multiplies to negative 15 while adding to negative 2. That's going to be a negative 5 and a positive 3. And now I use my zero product property. Oh, I'm sorry. My zero product property on each piece. So I have my solution of x being 0, x 5, and x is negative 3. All right, now sometimes you can pull a number out with your x. So here, notice a 2 can actually come out along with my x, because every one of those is divisible by 2, and there's an x in every term. So when I do that, well, 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so I'm just left with an x squared. 10 divided by 2 is 5, so I have a minus 5x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. All right, so just don't forget, you can pull numbers out as well. And now I can get my two parentheses. Two things that add or that multiply to 4 and add to negative 5. Well, the only way to multiply to be positive, yet add to be negative, so you're looking for two negative numbers, and you're going to want negative 1 and negative 4, because those will multiply to be a positive 4, while adding to give you negative 5. And now I just set each piece equal to 0. Well, in the first case, if I divide both sides by 2, 0 divided by 2 is still 0. Add 1 over, and add 4 over. And there you have your three solutions. So again, the big idea, just pull an x out, and then make sure that you use a zero product property to properly solve it. So thank you for joining me. Make sure you have all of this written down, and come see me if you have any questions.